to Rabbi Sai. Rabbi Sai, everyone take a seat, but don't eat or drink a single thing. Go ahead. Baruch Hashem, Siyat Shmaya. Get comfortable, Rabbi side. Rosh Hashanah Le'ilon. People are wondering why we're making the Tisch and the Elah, the end of Tu Shvat. The side is that in the Beis HaMikdash, the nighttime in the Beis HaMikdash, whatever korbanos weren't brought during the day, they would be brought at night. It would be hukrav, as long as they had zrikas adam, and the entire night would finish up all the avodah, all the korbanos of the day. It means that in Beis HaMikdash, the nighttime is the end of the day, even though usually by Yidden, for Jews, we start the day at night. It's a new day once the night falls. But in the Beis HaMikdash is the symbol for all of Avodas Hashem. The nighttime is the end of the day. That's why a lot of the big tzaddikim, they make their big things the night after. Not really the night after, it's the end of all the avodah of the day. It's the end, it's grabbing all the sparks, grabbing all the nitzoitzes, it's grabbing onto all the last desire of Tu B'Shvat. It's bringing all of that desire, bringing all of that yearning, all of that will, to the power of that day. And it's bringing it right at the end when all of the tefillahs are going up together of Klal Yisrael. Baruch Hashem here in Esha Torah, the final moments of the Or of Tu B'Shvat, we're bringing that all up. You know, Moshe Rabbeinu, the Gemara says in Megillah, for the Chevra learning Megillah, Baruch Hashem, that Moshe Rabbeinu would darshan Hilchos Chag B'Chag. He would learn the halachas of Sukkos on Sukkos, Hilchos Atzeres B'Atzeres, the halachas Atzeres on Atzeres, Pesach B'Pesach, which means you learn about that day on the day. Today is Rosh Hashanah Le'ilon. It's the new year for the tree. Why is it only tree in the singular? I hope by the end of the night, we'll try to have everybody out before Alois HaShachar. But hopefully by the end of the night, we'll understand what it means, Rosh Hashanah Le'ilon, the one tree, the Ilan HaYedua. The Torah says, Ki ha'adam eitz hasadeh, that a man is a tree of the field. Farms spend a lot of time comparing a man to a tree. The Maharal goes into this. And if today is Rosh Hashanah Le'ilon, if today is the new year for the trees, and a man is a tree, then it must mean that to the degree that I know that I'm an Elon, to the degree that I know that I'm a tree, it's going to be a big day, right? It's going to be a Rosh Hashanah. It's going to be a day that's going to change my entire year. Therefore, maybe Tu B'Shvat growing up was a few dried up fruits in a brown paper bag and no tachanim. Yotzi to some degree, I'm sure. But really what we're doing here is something that was given to us, the Ari HaKodesh from the Arizal. from his Talmidim, and it exploded in later generations in the Talmidim of the Baal Shem Tov, of this whole inyan, this ore of Tu B'Shvat, of making a Seder, and going through a very specific Seder. And just like Leil HaSeder, there'll be 4 cups of wine. You can see this is not all for me. And there's going to be this Seder going through different cups of wine, and we'll talk about that when we get to the first kais. And just like Leil HaSeder, you don't eat anything for about 4.5 hours. Then you have a little piece of celery or whatever, and then another couple hours go by. So the same thing here, but I hope it's not going to be 4.5 hours before we taste anything. But this is a day that was given to us to make what's called tikkunim, 6 great things, 6 very big things. And therefore, before we begin, because really these are very, like they say, gehoibene things, they're very lofty in Yodim, Tu B'Shvat. And a schlepper like me, what do we really know? What do I know? I'm just in this with the Chevra to try a little bit to connect the Messiah, the Tzaddikim. And therefore, for all of us, we're going to have in mind right now that we're connecting our kavanas to all the kavanas of the Tzaddikim, the big, big Tzaddikim that are having Leil Tu B'Shvat, that are spending time in this inyan of Tu B'Shvat, making a Seder. We're connecting ourselves to the Ari HaKodesh and the Baal Shem HaKodesh, and all the Talmidim of the Baal Shem, and all those Tzaddikim that made a big, big thing for Tu B'Shvat. We're connecting our kavana, we're doing it al das, the Tzaddikim. And the kavana kololius, the main kavana of this whole night is to be connected to Hashem, to deeply connect our neshamas to Hashem in a very unique and profound way that Tu B'Shvat is going to offer us tonight. And of course, Tu B'Shvat is 30 days before Purim. And even on an Uber year, Purim Cotton, Zeh Cotton Godel year, that it means the ore of Purim is already coming down on Tu B'Shvat. And Tu B'Shvat always comes out, the Roiv Shonim, Parshas B'Shalach, which is all about, at the end of the Parsha, Mechias Amalek. And therefore, there's a big, big inyan tonight to remove Haman, which is that koyach, that power that's blocking Hashem in this world. The whole mission of the Jewish people is just to bring Hashem's light to the world. And we have to give a tremendous hakaras hatov Rav Noach Weinberg Zatzal. We're in the Tevis Noach. Right now, this is all in the schut of Noach. We're in his Teva. There's a mabel in the world, the flood that's taking over the world, confusion, Safek, Matri Amalek. That doubt leaves a person thinking, what am I supposed to do in this world? I don't really know. Because after Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas, Tov Ra, he became connected to Tov and Ra. It became confusing to him. And on Tu B'Shvat, Adam Rishon ate from the Eitz Hadas, Shana, and on Tu B'Shvat, he was told to eat from all the trees, and he ate from the Eitz Hadas, and on Tu B'Shvat we eat from all the other trees. Something that we're going to have to answer as we go through the night. It's Rosh Hashanah Le'ilan. Why are we eating all the fruits? Anybody looked outside? I was just in the States. All the trees are barren. Nothing growing, there's no fruits. Cold, it's dark. But why all of a sudden do we have this beautiful, lavish Suda of Peiros? Cold outside. And darkness means the dark, dark times of my life. So why do I have all these fruits? Why am I eating these fruits? Because you know, on Tu B'Shvat, beginning of the hope, spring is coming. And even if my entire winter has been cold and dark, I don't feel like I'm bearing any fruits. I feel stuck. I feel lonely. I feel barren. Comes Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat. The day where the sap of the tree starts to go up once. That all winter long, the trees were gathering deep, deep in the earth. Were gathering deep, their roots going down, gathering nourishment deep. But on the surface, you don't see anything. Everything is barren. Everything is dark. Everything is dead. On Tu B'Shvat, all of a sudden, the sap starts going up in the tree. And what that means for you and I is, all winter long, maybe I felt like I wasn't producing anything. Felt like a barren tree. All of a sudden comes Tu B'Shvat, and I feel something moving deep inside of me. I feel the sraf, I feel the sap going up. And even though it's only going to be Nisan, we're going to see the fruits. But I already know now, fruits are coming. And the simcha of Tu B'Shvat is I know now, in the middle of the darkness, that there's hope for Klal Yisrael. That the spring will come once again. And the secret of Tu B'Shvat is I know the spring will come even when it's dark. Even when the Jewish people are going through dark times. And this whole night is a night of tefillah, my friends. It's a night that if you tap into this day, you could tear open the gates of prayer. You could tear open the gates of rachamim. One pure prayer bursting forth from your heart and save the entire world. You're much bigger than you think. Tonight, feel how big you are. And it's not only going to be an intellectual feeling, we're going to be eating a lot of fruit. One word on the fruits, these are very lofty things. We're going to go through a Seder, one fruit after the next. Kedima lebrachas. And even when we get the fruit, we're going to spend a moment doing a little meditation on each fruit. The tzaddikim say there's very, very holy things inside foods. That the flavors of the food are ways to connect to Hashem. They're gifts from Hashem. Hashem could have made the whole world. Anybody saw The Matrix where they just ate like gruel or something? Like some oatmeal-y thing? Hashem could have made the whole world like just gruel. But out of His tremendous love for us, He gives us amazing flavors. And you know the Yerushalmi says that after 120 years, when we get up to Shemayim, Hashem is going to say, did you taste my pomegranates? Did you taste my persimmons? Did you taste the kiwis? And if a person says, I was more just a schnitzel guy myself, sorry Hashem. Hashem's going to say, I gave you all these gifts, why didn't you enjoy them? These were special for you. All these flavors were ways to connect to me. Therefore, tonight we're going to connect to the flavors, the colors, the beauty, and the gifts. The Rosh Hashanah Le'ilan. Remember this the whole night. Rosh Hashanah Le'ilan. Rosh Hashanah of the tree. Great tree. Therefore, we're saying a tefillah right now. Hashem, guide us tonight on this journey, going into the Seder of Leil Tu B'Shvat, the Ne'ilah of Tu B'Shvat. Let us connect ourselves to all the ways of the tzaddikim. Hashem, let us connect ourselves to you. Let us connect ourselves to the power of making brachas. When you make brachas properly, you bring bracha into your life. Think right now, who do you know in this world that could really use some extra blessing in their life? I want to take one moment. Everyone just think quietly. Right now, who's somebody that could use bracha in their life? Haven't for here. The whole the Heilige Seder of to send that blessing to all those in need. Send that blessing all of Klal Yisrael. And please, please, bring peace to the whole world. We need Mashiach so much, Hashem. Please, tonight, hear our tefillahs. Let our tefillahs be niskabel berachamim. We should be zoicha mamish. Very, very soon. Hayoim. In Bekoila Tishmon. Today, mamish. To see the real building of the Beis HaMikdash. Beis Tifarteinu with Mashiach Tzidkeinu b'mihera v'yameinu. Amen. Okay, Rabbi Yisrael. We're not going to eat still. We have about 3.5 hours to go. I want everyone to grab a mezainis. Not grab, I'm just saying that you understand what I mean. To nicely take a mezainis and just hold on to this mezainis. Find the mezainis. We're not going to eat it yet. We'll wait a moment. Okay, Rabbi Yisrael. Zaynis is Chita. Zaynis is Chita. Zaynis is Chita, Baruch Hashem. Chita is Gematria 22. The 22 letters of the Aleph Beis. A big inyan about that. In Pirkei Eliezer, a question is asked, how do we know there's going to be a resurrection of the dead? Furthermore, how do we know that there's going to be a resurrection of the dead? That those that get up out of the ground, B'ezrat Hashem, it should be soon, mamish hayom, amen. It's going to happen right here in Har HaZeisim. Very good seats here in Esha Torah. Dive. We invite all your friends all over the world. Come join us in yeshiva. We're going to be opening up many, many branches here for tens of thousands of Yidden to come. Do tshuva here with us. Yerushalayim Yer HaKodesh. Just so the Olam knows, there's a lot of chairs in the back if people want also, and you can bring them close. Lots and lots of peres here. So Pirkei Eliezer says we can learn about the resurrection of the dead from the wheat. Because when the wheat is put in the ground, it has no clothing on, it's just a barren piece of wheat. Nothing. And you stick this seed in the ground, it's all but dead. All of a sudden it sprouts forth, starts to grow. And the wheat which is put into the ground has no clothing on it, just a wheat kernel. But when the wheat sprouts forth, it has stalk, it has greenery, filled with beautiful clothing, chaff, and it's adorned. Torah says that the wheat which is bared with no clothing, and it grows clothing when it's resurrected, so then certainly the tzaddikim, certainly those that are righteous, they're buried with clothing. Their clothing is their Torah and their mitzvahs. They're called your clothing in the world to come. So certainly when they get up out of the ground, they're going to be clothed. They're going to get up beautiful. You know, the Torah is compared to bread. The Torah is compared to chita. Bread. Ein kamach, ein Torah. Ein Torah, ein kamach. Ein kamach, ein Torah means you need to have food in order for Torah to have energy. But in ein Torah, ein kamach, is the Alshich HaKadosh. In ein Torah, ein kamach, all those that are the supporters of Torah. We thank all the sponsors of tonight and those that added tremendous shefa to tonight. In ein Torah, if there was no Torah in the world, they wouldn't even have any money to be able to support Torah. In ein Torah, ein kamach. The Torah says there's nothing that satisfies a person's body more than bread. When you have bread, a bread meal, you feel satiated and satisfied. And there's nothing that satisfies a person's soul more than Torah. You can have a big meal. If you're not learning Torah, you feel like something's missing. You have the fanciest steak dinners every night of your life. If you're not learning Torah, you guys just shied so much. You guys shied so much. Unbelievable. I'm sure so many people right now in this room feeling their nefesh has grown. You feel your neshamas on fire. We're going to be eating the chita, Dinis Boinen. Say thanks to Hashem. And there's one more little Torah I want to tell you about the chita. Rav Sasson says a beautiful Torah. One wheat kernel, how much is that worth? Does it even have any value? Not like a plum. One wheat kernel, what is it? You can't even do anything with it. The whole power of the wheat is that you grind it up and you add it with other wheat kernels, make flour. That's the power of the wheat. Is it's not as an individual. The power of the wheat is that it joins together as a whole. So too Klal Yisrael. The power of the Jewish people is not as individuals. The power of the Jewish people is that we put ourselves together. Together you make lechem, you make something very, very big. Much, much bigger than any one wheat kernel. And therefore, when you're having the wheat right now, have this meditation in mind. I want to give myself to Klal Yisrael. I want to be a Klal Yisrael Dikiyid. I want to be bigger than just myself. I want to be someone who's given over to the entirety, the Jewish people. And I want to go to bat for the Jewish people. I want to be there for Klal Yisrael, for the needs of the community, the needs of my yeshiva. I want to be someone who's willing to turn myself into flour with others, become something much bigger. We're going to make a bracha now. And there's so much to say, and I do want to end before Alois HaShachar. But the word Baruch, for many people, they have a hard time that it means blessed. Because they think that Hashem has some complex that He needs our blessing. And therefore I feel you if brachas were a very hard thing growing up. But I want to change that tonight forever. And I want you to now think and feel that Baruch means, it's a word of meditation. It means Hashem, you are the source of all blessing. You're the Makor HaBracha. All the goodness that I have in my life is from you. All the pleasures in the world are from you, Hashem. You're the source of all goodness. And every time you say the word Baruch, and you say it 1,000 times a day, it's another meditative moment in your day. Jews are all about deep, conscious, meditative experiences all day long. We have 6 meditations that we do constantly. In addition to those 6 constant meditations, we have many, many more, countless, throughout every single day. One of them is the word Baruch. And when you say the word Baruch, I want you to feel, Baruch is also the same word as Brecha, which means a great, great spring, a giant pool, a Brecha. And to bring something down is Livroach, like when a camel kneels down, uses its Rechayim, which is your knees. And when you start Shemona Esrei, you say Baruch and you bend your knees. And therefore, when you say the word Baruch, I want you to imagine, Hashem, you're the source of all blessing. And there's this great Brecha, nothing physical, this supernal spring, the supernal ocean of blessing in heaven. And I want to pull that down like a waterfall. I want to bring that blessing into my life. I want to recognize that it's coming from you, and I want to pull more blessing down into my life. And the same person you were thinking about a few minutes ago, that you felt could really use blessing right now, in Chizik. Pull blessing to them, pull blessing to the entire world. So Baruch means Hashem, you're the source of all blessing. I want to bring more blessing to the world. Ata, there's no time for Ata. Yudke Vavke, Ayahoy Viviyeh. Hashem, you always were. Think about that for 1 second. Hashem, you always existed. However far back your mind can take you, keep going. outside of time. You always existed. You are existence. If you have a hard time thinking about God, think about existence. And Hoive, it's the same you, Hashem, that's here right now. It's filling every single molecule. And yet, you will always be Hashem. I'm connecting, I'm talking to you, Elokeinu, and you're close to us. Melech ha'olam. And you run the entire world. You're the king over the entire world. And hopefully soon, all of humanity will recognize you as the true king. The king of all kings. When that happens, peace will reign in the world. And all the weapons will turn into plowshares. And there'll only be peace in the world. On this night, we're praying so much for world peace, so much. We're going to make a bracha now of mezainis. You make things, Hashem, that sustain us. I'll make a bracha, and then the oilam make brachas out loud, very loud. That after I finish my bracha, to make brachas that the chaverim can say amens. Amen kel melech ne'eman Hashem. You are trustworthy to pay. You will pay those that are loyal to you all their reward. You're loyal. Kel melech ne'eman. You're a loyal king. Hashem, and I want to be loyal to you. We're going to begin the Seder now. We're going to make a mezainis. And only have the mezainis, and then we're going to go on the first kais. That's another universe, so let's not think about the first kais yet, because we're still holding in the universe of mezainis. Melech hu olam boirei minei mezainis. Okay, Rabbi, so we're ready for the first kais of Yayin. So have a couple Chevra help out. Just so you know, those 4 cups tonight, I want to explain them now. The first kais that we're going to have is Kulei Lavan, it's all white wine. The second cup is white with a little bit of red. The third cup is half white, half red. And the fourth cup is all red with a little bit of white. These 4 kaises, and these are very lofty things, correspond to the 4 oilamas, the 4 main oilamas. Atzilas, Bri, Yitzir, and Asiyah. The first kais is all white. There's no dim, there's no differentiation. That world of Atzilas, the world's above Atzilas, you can't even talk about cups of wine. Now, let me make it very, very clear. The world of Atzilas is not a cup of wine. It's just a mashal. There's nothing physical up there. We're just speaking in code. I know for many guys drinking a cup of wine is not such code. It's straightforward. But there's a code to it. And therefore, it's enough that you know that I'm going the ways of tzaddikim and there's great things happening and I have kavanah. And that makes tremendous tikkunim. It's good also to know that there's great things happening. The second cup that has a bit of red is the beginning of creation. And the Yetzirah is even much more red. The world of Asiya is tremendously red. It's filled with klipa. And there's three types of fruits that correspond to the Olamas also. Atzilus doesn't even have. But even in the case of Asiya, the fourth cup, which is all red, it has a little bit of the white to show that there's a very undifferentiated, great Orein Seif that makes its way all the way into that. So now, boys, we're not having any of the fruits yet. We're just about to have the wine now. Okay? So what we're going to do, maybe a couple Chevra, thank you. We'll bring to me, we'll start pouring up, okay? We're going to pour the yain, but don't drink the wine yet. Like that. Keep it here. Keep the bottles here. Keep the bottles here. Keep it by you. Keep it with you. Shia 70, a Yuda, Nun. The Yain brings out the Shivim Panim L'Torah. The Yain is the Samach Leva Venoish. I want you to smell the Yain. As I'll say, the Talmidei Chachamim are like Yain. It's just like you open up, you go into a winery and you open up a barrel, the wine, the aroma wafts far, far and wide. So too, Talmidei Chachamim, the Torah goes far, far and wide. 30 days before Purim, the Nichnas Yain Yoitza Soid the Gematria Yain. When the wine comes in, the secrets come out. The Gemara says there's 3 ways to get to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you want to find out about who this guy is, the Gemara says, Kois Kas Kiss. You have to see his kiss, the way he spends money. You can tell a lot about a guy the way he spends money. A lot. Kas, does he get angry? You can tell a lot of person he gets angry. Anybody still dealing with anger things? It's very, you gotta deal with it. Because when you get married, everything just oozes out. Anger is a very, very toxic midah. Giving Musa to myself, the work really, not just showing anger, but even feeling the deep, deep midah of anger is rooted in the lack of emunah. Because you believe it should look different than the way that you're seeing right now. You get all uptight. Very, very deep midah root. So that's kas, that's kiss. The third way you get to know a person is his kais. You drink a little with him. You meet the guy, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden everything comes out. The way that it is with Klal Yisrael, that when we drink, great secrets of how much we love Hashem should come out. That's why I want you to daven already right now, that on Purim, great secrets that come out have nothing to do with some football game, have nothing to do with some frat party keg stand. You got to daven now that the side of who you are, which is how much you love Hashem, that when the wine goes in, that great, beautiful secrets, your love for Hashem come out. You meet the real you. That's the side the Adam, the secret of you. That secret emerges. That's what yain is here for. But if it's abused, it takes a person to the deepest, deepest, horrible places. According to one opinion, it was the Eitz Hadas. It was wine. And we can understand why. It leads to so much heartbreak. It's so deeply abused. But if used properly, we have wine under a chuppah, we have wine by Pidyon Ben, we have wine by Abris, we have wine by Kiddush, we have wine on Purim. It's such a heilig beverage, so heilig. There's great secrets to wine, dafka wine. We have to know how to use it properly. Just a tip, my friends, just because somebody brings out a bottle of wine doesn't mean that he wants you to finish it. Just remember, it's all about having a real connection to the gifts that Hashem gave and not abusing them. So tonight we're going to make the first bracha on the geffen, the Boirei Priya Geffen, the special bracha that's given. Wine is a special thing. There's a shutfus. Wine is a beautiful thing. Grapes are amazing, but they're not wine. You know, wine is something next level. It shows a connection between us and Hashem. Hashem gave us grapes, but we make wine. It shows that we're partners with Hashem in creation. So when you drink the wine, I want you to daven that your secrets come out, that who you are, that the sraf, that the sap, who you are starts rising up inside of you. You feel who you are for real tonight. Not the fake person, guy and this guy, none of those personalities. The real you, the secret of you. You drink the yayin now. Hashem, I want to connect myself to the side of who I am, the ayin, to the mayan, the yotz, the beis Hashem, to the side Hashem, l'yireach. I want that secret to come out, shloshim yom kodim, the chag, of Purim Katan. I want to be zoicha mamish to the yayin. The yayin is samach, lev of enosh, the simcha, true simcha, the simcha of being a yid, the simcha shel mitzvah. We're going to make a bracha, and then Rabbi said, mamish, make brachas b'simcha. The yayin is a bracha of gewaldige simcha. Having in mind the oilam of Atzilus, which is Shem Ab, and we're going to start coming down through the oilamas as we go through the night. Melech u'olam, boirei peri hagafen. I want to go right into the Tamarim. For the Tamarim, find yourself a date. I know what you're all thinking. Don't worry, Shvat is a great day to daven for Shidduchim. So mamish daven, find a date at Tamar. Some people just have a Zayd if they want. We're going to go with a Tamar right now. I want to tell you about a Tamar for a moment. So the Gemara says, what's so great about a Tamar? Everyone have a Tamar? A Tamar is very special. The Tamar has leiv echad. If anybody's had heard of palm before, there's one leiv. So too Klal Yisrael has one leiv. Leiv echad lavinu b'shamayim. And the Tamar goes all the way up and makes great shade. And it protects those that are underneath it. The Torah says that the Tamar is beautiful. When you see a palm tree, it's very beautiful. You see the beauty of the palm tree. The fruits are so delicious. This is one of the sweetest fruits on the whole planet. The Gemara says it's probably one of the healthiest foods that you could eat. If you could bring a food into a desert, you should probably bring dates. So packed with nutrition. And just like the Tamar is beautiful of sight and beautiful of taste, so the Torah says, so too Ben David, so too when Mashiach comes, it's compared to a date. Tzadik Tamar Yifrach. That King David, and the progeny of King David, will be beautiful of sight and beautiful of taste. People will see Mashiach and say, the leader of humanity. We've been waiting thousands of years. So good that you're here finally. And you know one of the miracles of Mashiach coming? That every single person is going to agree that it's Mashiach. Could you imagine such a thing? 2 Jews, 3 opinions. Every single person in the world is going to agree. It's a gewaldige nes. That's one of the qualifications of being Mashiach. As everyone has to agree, Kuli Amaloi Pligi, that this is Mashiach Mamish. We hope B'siyat L'Shmaya, that all the fighting is over. The only fighting left, like the Chiddushei Rim said, is will I have kavana when I say Kriyat Shema? But that's the Iker Milchama. That's the Milchama of Gog u'Magog. That you could transfer any physical war into a spiritual war. Is will I have kavana when I say Shema Yisrael? And what that really means is will I live a life knowing that God is one? Or will I walk around thinking that there's all sorts of other stuff going on out there? Chas v'sholom. That's a milchama of Gog u'Magog. Do I walk around knowing that Hashem Echad? Big darga to have kavanah by Shema. Not to lose track of things, which happens pretty easily in this world. I mean, wherever you are, or just in the States, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. A lot. And wherever you go into a Wawa at 1 in the morning to grab a peach snapple, and you know, Hashem Echad. No matter where you are, Hashem Echad. That's what it means. You never lose touch. I was just over there. You never lose touch with the reality that Hashem is one. You live with that reality. That's the beauty of what Mashiach is going to bring to the world. He's the Peli Yoyetz. So Rabbi said, we're going to say a Bayret Priya 8 on the Tamar. We're going to have in mind all the pairs. We're not going to have the other pairs here. First we're going to make an Adama. Okay? And then don't worry, we'll get to the other pairs in a moment. We're going to make a Bayret Priya 8. So Hashem, you made Priya 8. And I just have to tell you a story. I've been saying it every year. That there was a woman who she made a bracha on a date. And by accident, she made the bracha Bayret Priya Adama. Everybody here knows, because you guys are in yeshiva, are you Yotzi? You're Yotzi, right? B'diavad, you're Yotzi. Fine. So she made a bracha on, and therefore you don't make a new bracha. So she made a bracha, Bayret Priya Adama, on a date. And that night she had a dream. The dream was that a woman came to her in this dream, and she said, I have to thank you so much that you redeemed me. Okay, these are deep things. But a part of my neshama was inside that date. That you made a bracha, you redeemed my soul. But it wasn't a full redemption. I'm still trapped in a certain way. Things are very, very lofty and gunning. But I'm still trapped in a certain way. But I have to thank you that you helped bring my soul to the next phase. By the way, all these inyanim, the Mekubalim say, all these things happen from us, not being careful with mitzvahs in the world. We have to go through a journey. We don't want that. We don't want Gilgulim. We want this to be the end of the story. They say the last rodeo. Do all the tikkunim in this world right now. Get it all done now. But there are those that didn't in previous lifetimes, and the fact that you and I are all back, it's very likely that we have stuff to finish up. And therefore, in this dream, this woman said, thank you so much. You made a bracha on that day, but my fixing is not complete. I'm still in a lot of pain. And she woke up from the dream and she went to Rabbi Yehuda Psaya, the Heilige Makubal, and she told the Rebbe, she said, Rebbe, I had this dream that I made a bracha. I made a bracha on a date, then I made an Adama, and then I had this woman come to me in a dream, and she said that you fixed my soul, but it was only like a part. I said, made an Adama on a date? Yeah, like Yotz B'diavad. Like every yeshiva guy knows that. It's like, so he said, if you would have made an eitz, you would have redeemed her soul entirely. The fact, though, that you made an Adama means you took her soul to a certain place, but not all the way. Therefore, next time you think like, it's a shtick, like an Adam on a date, like there's a lot going on in brachas. There's neshamas, there's all sorts of things that are happening. But on our level, bringing us down to earth, it's important to know Hashem gives tremendous power. Do what you want us to do in this world, Hashem. We can do great things. You guys all saw this the last 3 days when you were chazering and learning 41 hours out of 44 hours. Yoni Adler, give it up. You understand? You could do so much. You're much more powerful than you know. And therefore, don't take your brachas lightly. Don't take your chakras lightly. Don't take your Moida Ani lightly. Don't take your Ma'ariv lightly. Don't take your Ben An L'Chavera lightly. Don't take your Hilchos Shabbos lightly. Everything you do is powerful. Don't take your Asher Yotzar lightly. Don't take your Tefillah for a Yid across the world who's sick lightly. Everything is powerful. When you see a sign walking in and out of the base medrash that there's someone who's sick, and you say a little tefillah for that Yid, don't take that lightly. You're very powerful. You can do great things in this world. So let's make the Boirei Priya 8, the Tamar, we're going to be Moitzi, the other Minim. So much tonight is about the Minim, so many Yonim. We're being masakin great things right now. And like we said from the beginning of the night, we're having kavanah to do everything al das at tzaddikim. Hashem, in the greatest way that will give you the most nachas ruach. So we're going to make a Borei Priya 8, have in mind the Moitzi, all the 8s. And then right after that, we're going to make an Adoma. So we're going to go one to the next. And enjoy the flavor of a date. Enjoy it. You can also have in mind when you have the date that you hope in the right time to meet a nice Yiddish Mädel and have a nice date. It should be nice. Tu Shvat is all about shidduchim. Yeah, everybody knows that. And anybody right now in the world that needs shidduchim, it's a great time to daven for them also. That they should have good dates. It's a shame. The Waldorf Astoria, lobby is going to get very busy after tonight. I want you to get a Borei Priya Adoma. I have here a toot. There's other things on the tables. There's melons. What's a Borei Priya Adoma on the table? Pineapple, cranberries, toot. What else do we have? Peanuts is an Adoma. We're going to have in mind, we might see all the Borei Priya Adoma on the table. Right after the Borei Priya Adoma, we're just going to make one more point. Cashews is an 8. There's peanuts, there's cranberries, and pineapple's good. Fresh pineapple, Rabbi said. Peanuts, yeah, peanuts are good. Okay, Rabbi said, everybody take your Borei Priya Adoma. And we're thinking, Hashem, you made peros come out of the ground. So take your Borei Priya Adoma, have in mind all the peros in Adoma. Bochato Adonai
So we're going to right before we begin the Suda, we're going to give out the next kais of yain. So whoever has cups, you can bring them up here. This kais is going to be white with a little bit of red inside of it. Okay, Rabbi Isaac? So bring up the kaises. We're coming down through the worlds into the world of Bria. And the idea of coming down through the Dalit Kaises is the entire process of Hashem creating a world. Everyone have a kais? Rabbi said, look at your second kais. You see that the kais is slightly colored now. And the idea is that this is now Hashem starting to create a world. But everything is still spiritual. We're going through the worlds of creation, through the Ilamas. And by the way, do you know when you go through the Ilamas? You go through them every time you daven Shachris. You got to get more into Shachris, my friends. Shachris is where it's at. Shachris is where it's at. You want to be Yidden that are into Shachris. Everybody think to yourself right now and say a little tefillah. Hashem, I want to be a Yid that comes to Shachris. Say it with me together. I want to be a Yid that comes to Shachris. And now I'll say it different now. I am a Yid that comes to Shachris. I am a Yid that comes to Shachris. Because you know Rav Gil will be there tomorrow morning, 7:45. Eisha Torah. We have to give a tremendous thank you to all the amazing, amazing Rabbonim in our amazing Gewaldige Yeshiva. Such a tremendous chus to be in such an amazing yeshiva. Avoisa, you guys, you know you're in the most amazing yeshiva. We're almost ready for the Suda. We're not ready for any of the other pairs yet. We're getting there. Let's all together, my dear friends, I want to give a tremendous Hakar Satoiv and a big shout out say thank you to our great Rosh Hashiva, Rav Berkowitz, tremendous Hakar Satov, Rabbi Rossman, Rav Elsand, Rav Kaller, Rav Miller, Rav Green, a tremendous Hakar Satov. There's someone, Rabbi Sa, you have to know that does so much work for this yeshiva all over the world, making a big Kiddush Hashem in the name of the yeshiva, helping to move the vision of Noach forward, Rabbi Stephen Berg, tremendous Hakar Satov, of Gansher, tremendous Hakar Satov, Bradley Martin, a tremendous Hakar Satov, Rabbi, you have to know, there's very, very big people in this yeshiva. When you see them, say thank you. Say thank you for all the amazing things that they do. We take so much for granted. Shvat is about taking nothing for granted. We're almost ready for the Suda, Rabbi Isai. So don't have any of the fruits. We're almost ready. So much of tonight is about knowing how to wait. We're going to have the second kais. Should be Zoich Chaim, Toiv, Shalom. All of us, all of our families, Rabbi Chaim, Chaim, Toivim, Ul Shalom. We should see Mamish Mashiach Tzidkeinu b'Mehira v'Meina Amen. Rabbi Chaim, enjoy the Tu B'Shvat Seder. Rabbi say, how good is Akiva? It's unbelievable. Give it up for Akiva. Give it up for Rabbi Yahu. And Rabbi Panich, give it up for Rabbi Isai. I want to tell you something that I heard today. It's Baruch Hashem, a lot of egoism on the table, a lot of nuts. And you should know, it's interesting, a lot of words, they mean things. The nuts have very, very thick klippas. There's 3 categories of fruits. And they correspond to Bria, Yitzira, and Asiya. You should know, this is, the tzaddikim think about all of this all at the same time, while they're just loving the world. They add this layer. So there's fruits, that the fruit is totally edible. There's no seeds, there's no nothing. There's seeds, but they're totally edible. Like grapes, figs. The whole thing is edible. Through and through. That corresponds to the world of Bria, which is close to Atzilus. Then there's other fruits that have some challenge. They have some incompatible parts. That's like plums. They have a big seed on the inside. Dates. But you can't eat the whole thing. I wouldn't try eating an apricot seed. I don't think it's great for you. I'm saying like the whole thing. Then you have other peiros that have such a hard klipa on them. They have such big shells. The whole outside is a shell, like pomegranates. And only when you get to the inside do you find the fruits. The nuts are the most, and that corresponds to the world of Asiya, the nuts are the most thick. Like walnuts are so thick. Almonds, they're very tough. Which means almonds and nuts are very much from this world, and they have big klipas, and it's not so pasha to eat so many of them, because you can go, it's interesting, a person has a lot of nuts, they go nuts. They go a bit crazy, you can start getting on nut butters, you go a bit nuts. So you have to be careful with your nut consumption. So I heard today, you know, walnuts and nuts, when it's in its shell, you can play with them. Kids play with nuts. Like a walnut, it's like a toy. They play with them, it's like you could throw it around. A macadamia nut, it's hard on the outside. But once you take off the outer shell, a nut is like a delicacy fit for kings. If you come to a king, he'll serve you macadamia nuts. So I heard somebody say in the name of Rabbi Ishmael today, so they said, when Klal Yisrael has a big klipa around us, and we still are lost in the klipas, we're still lost in the distractions of this world, so the world just throws us around. But when we crack that outer shell, we crack off the klipa, then we're fit for a king. And therefore, when you have the nuts on the table, you have to think that we cracked off the outer shell. Now these are delicacies, and not the macadamia nut, an almond is it's a delicacy. A cashew is that's a premium nut. And therefore, have in mind, if I still have a shell around me, if my heart is still blocked, good thing we have Shvat to crack away that shell. Because if I still have a shell on me, then the world's going to throw me around. The Umas Ha'olam are not going to make it pleasant. But if I crack away that shell, Umaltem es orlas levavchem, I crack away my heart of stone. I become a person with a heart of flesh. I become a feeling person, a lebedik yid. And we're right to come in front of the King, the Melech Malchei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We should know that we're fitting to be with the King. That's who we are. We're the Mamlechas Kohanim Goy Kadosh. And it's up to us to regain our rightful place as the ones that want to just share the name of Hashem for all the world to know. So have that in mind when you're having the egoism, having the different nuts. The Olam can pass up the cups in 1 second. Should know as we're getting towards the middle and towards the end of the evening, there's going to be one special tree that's going to come out shortly. The Eitz Hadas, Toiv Hara, Lo Yisachar Mimenu. That one tree that ki eitz, that the eitz, the pre-eitz hadar, the tama eitz, ketama pri, that we have to get ourselves ready for the esrog. The esrog, Rabbi Sam. You have to daven for your esrog right now. Daven that you should have a shena esrog, a beautiful esrog. A beautiful esrog means you should have a pure heart. A leif tahor barali alakim. It means that your heart should be drawn to Hashem and not other stuff. Just for Hashem. So daven now, my friends. You can bring up your cups. We're going to bring out the third kais, which is half white and half red. So coming down through the world, into this world, but now totally connected to Hashem. We should be mamish zoich to this.
Lift
Yiseinu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Matzi Leinu Miyodam Boy say kol dor v'dor oimdim aleinu l'chalo yiseinu. You know, it's not just a song. Kol dor v'dor oimdim aleinu l'chalo yiseinu v'HaKadosh Baruch Hu matzi leinu miyodam. You know, Haman min ha-Torah min ayin. Hamin ha-eitz adas toivara. All the problems of the world started with the Eitz Hadas. You know what Rosh Hashanah Le'ilan is? Rosh Hashanah is the Ilan Hayidua, which is the Eitz Hadas, Toivara. We know what it says in Ishbitz. Don't read it, Eitz Hadas, Toivara, Lo Yisachal Memenu. Don't read it. The tree of knowledge and good and evil, don't eat from it. But read it like this. You ready for something? This could change your life. Eitz Hadas, Toiv. A good tree. Period. V'ra lo yisacha memenu. The bad part of the tree, make sure you don't eat. Eitz Hadas Toiv. It's a good tree. But be careful of the ra part. And Tu B'Shvat, it's Rosh Hashanah for the Eitz Hadas, which means that Hashem is shining a great, great light into the world to fix that original chet. But right now we can do all the tikkunim, and on our level, what that means is that we want everything to be l'shem shamayim. What was the Nachash offering? The Nachash was saying, you could get away from Hashem. You could become your own Hashem, oh God. It's pretty appealing. You'll know Toiv Ra, you'll know everything. You'll know it all. Is it bad? Eitz Hadas Toiv. Be careful of the Ra. There is a Ra. Haman min ha-Torah min ayin, hamin ha-eitz. Be careful. If you don't eat from the Eitz HaChaim first, you're in trouble with the Eitz Hadas. If you eat from the Eitz HaChaim, Tu B'Shvat's all about Eitz HaChaim. Once you eat from the Eitz HaChaim, which means L'Shem Shamayim, Hashem, I'm here for you. I'm here to be dovuk to you, Hashem. About Eitz HaChaim. Then I could go into the Eitz Hadas. I could fix it. I could go into this world and not be drawn down by the world, but elevate the world. Eitz Hadas Toivara is this world. It's being deeply integrated into this world. But here, the Jew is not supposed to run away from the world. He's supposed to go into the world, but you have to be careful. Do you ever notice on the back of the Getchkalas that has an apple with a bite out of it? It's the Eitz Hadas Toivara. Got to be careful. Took a bite. Eitz Hadas Toivara lo yisacha memenu. Got to be very careful. Without Eitz HaChaim, it's forget about it. But the mission of the Jew is to come into this world. The Mesaken, to bring Hashem's presence into this world. Mesava Kadosh Baruch Hu, Liyas L'Teir B'Sachtoinim. Hashem says, I want to live down here. I want to live all the way down here in this world. Misave, what a lashon. How can we even say such a thing? If Chazal didn't say it, we couldn't say it. Hashem Kaviyochel has a taiva, which means Hashem so much wants to be in this world. He wants to be in our experience of eating and drinking and work and business. Not monks. We don't live on some mountaintop away from the world. We get married. We're deeply integrated in the world. But we have to be honest in this world. And remember Hashem in this world. Not get lost in the sauce of this world. That's Eitz Hadas Toivara. We get mixed up. We get for blunder. We don't know. Is it a mitzvah? Is it a... I don't know anymore. Is Netflix? I don't know. Is it a mitzvah? I don't know. You find a heter.
Right? Yaakov Vinu, yesh li kol. Esav, yesh li Rav. So I heard from a big tzaddik, yesh li Rav. I have a Rav that gives me heterim for anything I want. Esav, yesh li Rav. So the Gemara also says that if you see a Talmud Chacham do an Avera, so Al Yaharher, don't think that he didn't, don't think about it by day, because Shema Yasa Tshuva, because maybe he did Tshuva. So the Gemara says, maybe Vada is also Tshuva. Of course he did Tshuva. So the Tzaddikim said, yeah, he did Tshuva, he wrote a Tshuva, being matter what he did. He wrote Shabbos and Tshuvas. That's getting lost in the Eitz Hadas Tevara. Don't get lost in the Eitz Hadas Tevara. On Tu B'Shvat, it's all about fixing all that. Just getting back to simple, Hashem, I love you. And I want to be close to you. I want to make brothers with Kavana. I want to be Ben Torah. I want to be a good son. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good father. I want to come to davening on time. I want to make Kiddush Hashem in the world. A tremendous Hakaras Hatov to my wife. Hashem, please. I want to be a good yid. That's called Eitz HaChaim. Everything is simple. Eitz HaDas, everything is complex. Everything's, thumbs and stuff. Eitz HaChaim is everything is glatt, it's pure, it's simple. Tamimis, Yaakov Ish Tam, Yoshev Ayhalim. Just simple, Hashem, I want to be a good yid. I want to be Kabul, everyone be Sefer Panim Yafis. I want to see good things in the world. And you're right, Adam did what he did. And he ate from the Eitz Hadas, and it brought a tremendous confusion into the world, which came from the Nachash HaKadmoni, which came from a Haman. And the Sfarim say that Haman, what are the letters of Haman? A Hey, a Mem, and a Nun. Every one of those letters are doubles. How do you spell Hey? Hey, hey. How do you spell Mem? Mem, mem. How do you spell Nun? Nun, nun. Which means that there's a Haman then, and there's a Haman in every generation. There's always a double. There's some double Haman always lurking around. You gotta be careful. The Chidah said that on Purim, Shleishim Yom Kodem Echad, there's always one of the Chevra that dress up like the Yetzer Hara. I'm saying, like, he's usually the guy pouring you up stuff. Like, yo man, you want some of this? Be careful, that guy. Haman Minat 9, he's trying to make you a bit off. You know what I'm saying? Stay away. Hamina Eitz. Stay by Eitz Chaim. But what happened. We have to fix that. And Tu B'Shvat we're going, look what we're eating, we're mad. You would have thought on Tu B'Shvat, if you want to fix the Eitz Hadas, just sit in a room and fast. Adarabba, we're going into this world with Arba Koises and Peiros. It only took us 6 hours to get to the third Kois. We're doing it with Kavana. Hashem says, I want you to come into this world. Eitz Hadas Toiv. And do it properly. Use this world in a holy way. Drink wine in a holy way. Get married in a holy way. Have children in a holy way. Have friends in a holy way. Everything should be done l'shem shamayim. So daven now, my friends. Hashem, I want to use this world with you, Hashem. I don't want to forget you, Hashem. I want to remember you in everything that I do, Hashem. Please, let me know you in everything that I do. Please, Hashem, I want to know you. I want to know you, Hashem. Oh, please, Hashem, I want to know you. I want to know you, Hashem. Let me know you. Let me feel you. Let me feel you in everything I do. Please, Hashem, I need you. Eitz HaChaim. I want to bring the Eitz HaChaim, because my friends, it's the same tree. The Eitz Hadas is the lower part of the Eitz HaChaim. It's all Eitz Echad, it's one tree. Ein oid milvadoi. There's nothing but you, Hashem. Ein oid milvadoi. I want you, Hashem. Just don't let me get lost in the world of the Nachash HaKadmoni, in the world of Haman, Hamina Eitz. Let me stay close to you, Davuk to you.
Betach b'Hashem chesed yisovevenu. Those who trust in Hashem will see great kindness. So Rabbi, so we're coming down into this world. We're going malamata. We're not having the first cup as a red cup and we're going up to the white cups. We're starting from the white and we're coming down into the red. We're coming into this world. By the end of the night, we're mamish going to eat the Esser. We're going to mamish eat the Eitz Adas. The Tama Eitz Ketama Pri. Hashem, please let me fix everything. Let me know that it's you, it's only you, it's all coming from you, Hashem. It's only from you, and you're with me. You never left me. You never left me, you never will leave me, ever. And you love me. You should be zoich to this, Rabbi said, Amen.